Hey guys, good evening. This is Richard Schaefer, the founder of Israeli Wine Direct, and hope everybody's doing good and having a great Monday. Hey, I wanted to talk just briefly about this disease. Um, Not to be too dramatic, but this disease that I'm seeing in the Israeli wine world, and I've come to call it the middle school band wines. Okay, and it's running rampant in Israel, and I'm really scared about it. Here's how I came up with that phrase. I was at my son Noah's. He's sitting over here. Uh, I was at Noah's seventh grade. Was it seventh or eighth grade?
So no,
Seventh,
it's fifth grade.
fifth grade. It was like seventh grade. But anyway,
Fifth grade.
fifth grade. He played the trumpet. He played at the trumpet. Okay, and it was the first band concert of fifth grade, and all the parents came out for the concert. Hundreds of us at this, Jewish private Jewish day school, middle school, and we filled the gymnasium to hear all of our beloved fifth graders play the concert. And I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit of complexity. And what happened was, I swear to God, hundreds of us in the gymnasium. The conductress, the conductor looked at the kids, dozens of kids, raised her arms, and they stood up and they played one single note for like what seemed like eternity to me, 5 or 6 seconds, and then she did her hands like this, and everything stopped, and it was completely over. It was a one note song. Now, being the proud Jewish parents that we were, we all went insane, all except for me. Everyone was clapping and cheering and videotaping this like it was like the Red Sea had been parted. Here's the problem that we have. What I'm seeing in the Israeli wine scene is one note wines. I'm very worried about this. These are wines that play one note, that lack depth and complexity and interestingness and somewhereness, that are trying to be like somewhere else, that are like a middle school band that stands up, delivers one song flat, and then stops, and then there's nothing left. It's interesting, in Israel, you've got an ancient original wine world that's in many ways today an infant reborn. We're still trying to figure out what grapes will do well in what place, even though in those same contemporary vineyards, you're able to find ancient stone wine presses that are 3, 4, sometimes 5,000 years old. It's an ancient wine world, an old man wine world that's reborn, and that's an infant again. And what I'm seeing, unfortunately, amongst most wineries is a lack of experimentation, a focus on Bordeaux blends, such that most of the wines that I've tasted from Israel are one note wines, Cabernet blends, or other Bordeaux blends that lack what the wine writer Matt Kramer refers to as somewhereness. In spite of having this beautiful backstory, being from the place where not only wine but our civilization was born, the wines lack a sense of place, a taste of place. Wine has this amazing ability to transport us from wherever we are to the place that they're from. The best wines are able to do that. The best Israeli wines are able to do that. They're able to take us, for me at least, to a place that's very important and very dear to me, that grounds me and roots me and reminds me of where I'm from and where my people are from. And what I'm seeing is a lack of experimentation. And what I want for the Israeli wine industry, not only as a wine drinker, but as an importer of those wines, admittedly a small micro importer kind of way, is a continued sense of experimentation, a willingness to step outside of the Bordeaux blend box that so many, even premium Israeli wineries, boutique Israeli wineries, have put themselves inside of. Listen, we have great Bordeaux blends from Israel today that are exceptional, that are among some of the best wines in all of the Mediterranean. I'm going to give you a couple examples. Okay, the boutique winery founded in 1989, Margalit, winemaking team Dr. Yair Margalit and his son Asaf. They've really, along with other wineries like Castel as an example, they've really set the standard for what Bordeaux blends can do in the Eastern Mediterranean, in Israel specifically. Another wine that has really set the bar in this same space, the Cabernet and Merlot Reserve from the estate winery Flamme, winemaker Gilad Flamme, who trained in Italy and owns this winery Golan Flamme is the winemaker. He owns the winery with his brother Gilad. Golan trained in Italy and Australia. These folks have really set the bar, along with other wineries, for what Israel can do to Bordeaux varieties like Cabernet and Merlot. I'm excited about wineries like Wittgen, who are experimenting, trying to figure out, even though we're an ancient wine land, what grapes will do well in Israel in which specific locations. I'm excited about a new winery partner of mine, Shvo, winemaker Gabi Sedan, way in the north, way up north near Lebanon. I visited him this past summer, last summer in July, is experimenting with Mediterranean grapes. You know, Israel's a Eastern Mediterranean country. What will Mediterranean grapes do there? I'm about to import in the next week his rosé that's 100% Barbera, native fermentation, wild yeast fermentation, low intervention from the winemaker, so we can really taste the place and the land. Another great variety that I think is doing great there, I like to see more of, and here's a great example of it, is Syrah. I love this label, right, with the Lion of Judah, the tribe of Judah. This is Flamme Winery's Syrah, an amazing wine consistently year after year. That's a grape that'll do well. Here's a little micro winery, Meshar, in the central coastal part, warm part of the country. It's extremely unique. This happens to be their Merlot, but it tastes very specifically like Meshar. My son Noah and I got up at 5 a.m. one morning years ago and helped them harvest Merlot. And it's a wine that always tastes specifically. You can taste Meshar. You know what it tastes like. It roots you to that specific place. So I hope that we'll continue to see more experimentation, more trying to understand curiously what grapes will do well in which different locations of Israel. Israel, as you know, like California and Italy and Chile, is long and narrow with a lot of little microclimates. So there's a lot of places to experiment and to match site, climate, weather, soil with different grape varieties. So let's stop with the one-note wines. Let's step out of the middle school band wines and let's play a little bit. Let's not try and duplicate so much. I would hope for the industry they stop trying to duplicate so much some of the wines that have already been done so well by some of the earlier wineries like Margalit and like Flamme and like Castel, and do something a little bit different. I'm especially surprised that I'll close on this, that I don't see more great white wines out of Israel for a lot of reasons, even at an economic level. I was emailing today with Ernie Weir, the winemaker of Napa Winery Hagafen. He's a good friend, great winemaker. And Ernie, we were talking about a specific winery, I won't mention it, but he's in Israel right now. And, we were talking about how for smaller, younger wineries, to even focus at least part of your production on white wines, where you're able to, from an economic standpoint, sell them earlier to generate revenue for yourself, to allow you to do that well, plus perhaps other things. It's surprising to me I don't see more great wines out of Israel. So look, listen, I'm positive about Israel. For me, it's a very special personal place. The wines from there connect me to the land that feels like home to me. I think onward, bigger and better and more exciting things. I'm very proud and tickled in even a very admittedly small way to be a part of the reemergence of the original wine world. And what I hope for it is a little bit more experimentation and to step away from some of the one-note wines. Let's strive towards elegance, wines that are drinkable with food, and wines that connect us to place. I'm excited about a new shipment I've got coming from Israel, about 500 cases, 5 different wines from Pelter Winery, way up in Marom Golan in the Golan Heights, and Shvo, not too far from there, also way in the north. These are wines that are elegant, they're great with food, and they have a Mediterranean style that means a lot to me and taste like a place. So have a great night. Thanks for listening. See ya.